Why you're always distracted. 5 mistakes ruining your focus. Ever wonder why you're constantly distracted? Why you struggle to stay focused on what truly matters despite your best intentions? Well, you're not alone. In fact, most of us are making the same 5 critical mistakes that are silently sabotaging our ability to focus. And if you don't identify these mistakes, you'll keep spinning in circles, wasting your time, energy, and potential. But here's the good news. Once you understand these common pitfalls, you'll have the clarity to finally take control of your focus and achieve the results you've been chasing. Stay with me until the end of this video, and I'll not only reveal the 5 mistakes, but I'll also share powerful strategies to help you reclaim your concentration and transform your productivity. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1, constantly switching between tasks. The first mistake is something most of us are guilty of, even if we don't realize it. It's multitasking. In today's fast-paced world, we've been conditioned to believe that juggling multiple tasks at once is the key to getting more done. But here's the harsh truth. Multitasking doesn't make you more productive. It makes you less focused and more prone to mistakes. Each time you switch between tasks, even if it's just to glance at a notification or check your emails, your brain takes time to refocus. This is called the switching cost. Studies show it can take up to 23 minutes to regain full focus after an interruption. Imagine how much time you're wasting when you're constantly switching between apps, tabs, or even conversations. It might feel like you're getting more done, but you're actually creating inefficiencies in your workflow. For example, let's say you're working on an important report, but you keep getting distracted by your phone buzzing or a sudden urge to check social media. Every time you break focus, your brain has to work overtime to get back into that deep, concentrated state, and that drains your energy. By the end of the day, you've spent hours on a task that should have only taken half the time. Multitasking can also lead to more mistakes. When your attention is divided, you miss important details, which leads to errors, and those errors need fixing, again, wasting more time. You're not saving time by multitasking, you're losing it. Your brain is designed to focus deeply on one thing at a time. To avoid this mistake, start practicing deep work. This is a concept popularized by author Cal Newport, where you block off uninterrupted time to focus on one task without any distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode, close unnecessary tabs, and give your full attention to the task at hand. Even 90 minutes of deep work can be more productive than an entire day of shallow, distracted work. Mistake number 2, letting technology control you. Here's a hard pill to swallow. Most of us are slaves to our devices. Whether it's checking social media, responding to texts, or endlessly scrolling through news feeds, we allow technology to control our focus instead of using it as a tool. The problem isn't the technology itself, it's how we use it. Technology is designed to capture your attention, and tech companies are experts at creating apps and devices that keep you hooked. Think about it. How often do you start your day by checking your phone? The moment you do that, you're letting external inputs dictate your mood, your thoughts, and your focus for the rest of the day. And it's not just the mornings, it's throughout the day. Every beep, buzz, and notification pulls you away from what truly matters, throwing your focus into chaos. Let's break it down. Every time you get a notification, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical associated with rewards. That's why it feels good to check your phone. But this constant checking keeps you in a cycle of distraction. You're training your brain to crave these distractions because they give you instant gratification. To break free from this trap, you need to take control of your relationship with technology. Start by setting specific times during the day to check your phone or social media and turn off non-essential notifications. You don't need to be alerted every time someone likes your post or sends you an email. Create boundaries around your technology use, so you're in control of your focus, not the other way around. For instance, consider implementing a digital detox for the first hour of your day. This means no checking emails, social media, or even texts until you've completed a few key tasks. This sets the tone for the day and allows you to focus on what's important before the distractions start creeping in. Mistake number 3, overloading your to-do list. It feels good to create long to-do lists, doesn't it? It gives you a sense of control, like you've got your day planned out and you're about to be super productive. But in reality, overloaded to-do lists can have the opposite effect. When you try to do too much, your brain gets overwhelmed. Instead of focusing on the most important tasks, you become scattered, trying to jump from one thing to the next without making meaningful progress. This leads to a form of decision fatigue, where you're constantly deciding what to do next, which drains your energy. Think about how many times you've written a long to-do list, only to finish the day realizing you barely completed half of it. That incomplete list leaves you feeling defeated and demotivated, which kills your momentum for the next day. The solution? Simplify your to-do list. Focus on what's truly important. Each day, identify your top 3 tasks, the tasks that will have the biggest impact on your goals. Prioritize those tasks, and if you finish them, then move on to the less critical ones. By narrowing your focus, you'll not only complete more, but you'll also feel more accomplished at the end of the day. This method is often referred to as the Rule of 3. By focusing on just 3 main tasks each day, you avoid overwhelm and ensure that you're making progress on the things that matter most. It's a mindset shift, from doing everything to doing the right things. Mistake number 4, not having a clear vision or goal. A lack of focus is often the result of not having a clear vision or goal. When you don't know exactly what you're working towards, everything seems equally important, or worse, nothing seems important at all. This is why you find yourself drifting from one task to another, or getting sucked into distractions. Because without a clear goal, there's no sense of urgency or purpose driving your focus. Think of it this way. If you were driving without a destination, every road would seem like the right one because you have no clear direction. The same applies to your life and work. Without a crystal clear vision of what you want to achieve, distractions will always pull you off course. To avoid this mistake, take time to clarify your goals. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Break them down into actionable steps and align your daily tasks with those goals. When you know what you're working towards and why, it becomes much easier to ignore distractions and stay laser-focused on what matters most. For example, if your goal is to grow your business by 20% in the next 6 months, break that down into smaller, actionable steps. Increasing sales, improving marketing efforts, or building partnerships. Then, every day, focus on the tasks that align with that bigger vision. This creates a sense of purpose and keeps you motivated, even when distractions pop up. Mistake number 5, ignoring your mental and physical health. We often think of focus as purely a mental thing, but your physical and emotional well-being play a huge role in your ability to concentrate. If you're tired, stressed, or burnt out, your brain simply can't function at its best. Yet so many of us neglect our basic needs, thinking we can power through without rest, healthy food, or downtime. But here's the truth. You can't hustle your way out of exhaustion. Your brain and body need proper care to stay sharp and focused. If you're constantly distracted, it could be a sign that you're neglecting your health. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sleep is non-negotiable when it comes to focus. Without adequate rest, your brain's ability to concentrate diminishes significantly. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Eating nutrient-dense foods also plays a major role in brain function. Avoid the midday energy crash by fueling your body with whole foods, not junk. Stay hydrated throughout the day and don't skip meals. It might sound basic, but when you take care of your physical health, your mind is more alert and your ability to focus increases dramatically. Exercise is another game changer. Even just 20 to 30 minutes of physical activity can increase blood flow to your brain, improving cognitive function and focus. And don't underestimate the power of mindfulness or meditation. Even just a few minutes of deep breathing or meditation can help you reset your brain, reduce stress, and regain focus. Now that you know the 5 critical mistakes ruining your focus, it's time to take back control. The truth is, distractions aren't going away. The world is only getting more chaotic, more connected, and more demanding. But you don't have to be a victim of it. Remember, multitasking isn't your friend. Technology should serve you, not control you. Overloaded to-do lists only add stress. A clear vision is essential, and your physical and mental health are the foundation for sustained focus. By addressing these mistakes head-on and making intentional changes, you'll unlock the clarity and concentration you need to take your life and business to the next level. The power to focus is within you, but it requires conscious effort. Don't let distractions dictate your path. Reclaim your focus and start living intentionally. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Fastlane to Freedom for more content that helps you level up your mindset and unlock your potential. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until then, stay focused, stay determined, and I'll see you in the next one.